Suisui Prefarm Ultimate Guide. According to the official version 3.5 information released by Kuro Games, we now know every material you'll need to fully build Suisui. So if you're planning to pull her, this is the perfect time to start pre-farming. Having these materials ready before she officially releases means you can level her up immediately instead of spending your first few days farming. Since Suisui uses several brand new materials introduced in version 3.5, everyone will essentially be starting from scratch. So in this guide, let's go over all of the official Ascension and Forte materials you'll need to get Suisui fully built. Let's begin with Suisui's Ascension materials. To level her all the way to level 90 and complete every Ascension phase, you'll need a total of 1,030,000 shell credits. Shell credits are the main currency used throughout Wuthering Waves, so you'll constantly spend them whenever you're leveling characters, ascending them, or upgrading their Forte skills. Even though they're one of the easiest resources to obtain, they also disappear incredibly fast if you're building multiple characters at once. By the way, Lubar just dropped a 28% discount for Lunites. Lubar.gg is now lubar.com. Lubar's offers more affordable prices than buying in-game. The service is safe and trustworthy and has excellent reviews on Trustpilot. You can even self-top up, which is super fast and easy. Click the link below now and claim version 3.4 coupon for 5% discount. Fortunately, there are plenty of ways to farm shell credits. You can earn them through your daily activities, complete quests while progressing through the game, participate in various events and game modes, or exchange for more through shops like the Elusive Store Exchange and Simulation Training. If you're planning to build Suisui on day one, it's definitely worth saving up your shell credits now, because you'll end up spending over 3 million of them once you include both her Ascension and 4-day upgrades. Besides shell credits, Suisui also requires a completely new enemy material called Auto Puppet Kernel. Since these materials are being introduced in version 3.5, nobody will have them available before the update launches. For her Ascension alone, you'll need 4 LF Auto Puppet Kernel, 12 MF Auto Puppet Kernel, 12 HF Auto Puppet Kernel, and 4 FF Auto Puppet Kernel. Auto Puppet Kernel is a development material that plays a major role in version 3.5. Not only is it required to ascend resonators like Suisui, but it's also used to upgrade Forte skills and even weapon progression. Whenever a weapon reaches its current level cap, these materials can be used during the Ascension process to unlock a higher maximum level and stronger stats. Because of that, you'll probably find yourself farming these materials even after you've finished building Suisui. There are several ways to obtain Auto Puppet Kernel. The primary source is defeating certain enemies located throughout the new Xianfang Hold region introduced in version 3.5. They can also appear as minor drops from forgery challenges, making them easier to collect while farming other resources at the same time. If you have enough lower rarity versions, you can upgrade them into higher tiers through the synthesizer, which is usually the fastest way to complete your collection. Occasionally, Auto Puppet Kernels can also drop directly from enemies while you're exploring the region. Another important Ascension material you'll need is Solidarity's Lone Flame. Suisui requires a total of 46 Solidarity's Lone Flame to fully ascend. This material is dropped by the new overworld boss called Myriad Snare, Rustfire Chassis, which can be found inside Xianfang Hold. Since this boss is also brand new in version 3.5, everyone planning to build Suisui will be farming it once the update arrives. Expect this boss to become one of your regular farming stops until you've collected all 46 materials. Suisui also needs 60 Flowborn Dream to complete her Ascension. Flowborn Dream is one of the new regional specialties found throughout Xianfang Hold. Like previous regional collectibles in Wuthering Waves, you'll need to explore the map and gather enough of them from various locations. Regional specialties usually take time to respawn, so collecting them early and consistently will make the Ascension process much smoother. Once Suisui reaches level 90, the next step is fully upgrading all of her Forte skills. This is where the material requirements become significantly more expensive. You'll need another 2,030,000 shell credits, bringing your total shell credit requirement to more than 3 million when combined with her Ascension costs. That's a huge amount of currency, so don't underestimate how much farming you'll need before version 3.5. Her Forte upgrades also require another large batch of Auto Puppet Kernel materials. This time, you'll need 25 LF Auto Puppet Kernel, 28 MF Auto Puppet Kernel, 40 HF Auto Puppet Kernel, and 57 FF Auto Puppet Kernel. As you can see, upgrading Forte skills consumes far more enemy materials than Ascension does. If you're already farming auto puppet kernel enemies, it's a good idea to keep farming even after you've collected enough for Ascension, because you'll still need a massive amount to max every skill. Besides those enemy materials, Suisui also requires a brand new weekly boss material called Skyward Glazed Heart. You'll need 26 Skyward Glazed Heart to fully upgrade every 4-day skill. This material drops from the new weekly boss 1000 Puppet Pavilion, which will also become available in version 3.5 within the Xianfang Hold region. Because this is a weekly boss, this material will likely become the biggest time gate for players trying to completely max out Suisui. Even if you've prepared every other material beforehand, you'll still need to challenge this weekly boss consistently until you've gathered all 26 Skyward Glazed Hearts. That's something worth keeping in mind if your goal is to fully invest in Suisui as quickly as possible. Finally, Suisui also needs the familiar string materials for her 4-day upgrades. In total, you'll need 25 spliced string, 28 broken string, 55 solidified string, and 67 melodic string. These materials are premium resources used for Resonator 4-day upgrades, while also serving as Ascension materials for weapons. Among them, melodic string is the highest rarity and is heavily used for endgame upgrades. There are several ways to farm these string materials. The most reliable source is completing forgery challenges, although you can also obtain them from material supply chests while exploring. If you have enough lower tier materials, you can combine them into higher rarities using the synthesizer, making it much easier to reach the required amounts without relying entirely on lucky drops. Since these materials are also shared with weapon progression, you'll probably want to farm a little extra if you're planning to build Suisui's signature weapon at the same time. Overall, Suisui's farming requirements are actually pretty straightforward, but almost every important material is tied to the brand new version 3.5 content. That means once the update goes live, you'll be spending most of your time exploring Xianfang Hold, collecting Flowborn Dream, farming auto puppet kernel enemies, defeating Myriad Snare, Rustfire Chassis for Solidarity's Lone Flame, and challenging 1000 Puppet Pavilion every week for Skyward Glazed Heart. Personally, I think preparing a farming route before version 3.5 launches is one of the smartest things you can do. Instead of wandering around the new region trying to figure out where everything is, you'll already know exactly what to farm and where to go. That makes building Suisui much faster and lets you spend more time actually enjoying her gameplay instead of worrying about missing materials. So if Suisui is one of the characters you're most excited about in version 3.5, now you know exactly what you'll need. Start saving your shell credits, prepare any materials that are already available, and once the update arrives, focus on farming the new version 3.5 content as efficiently as possible. With everything planned ahead, you'll be able to get Suisui to level 90 and fully max out all of her forte skills much sooner, allowing you to experience her full potential right from the beginning.